Hi people, welcome back to my channel. So I was thinking about the topic for the reading and came up basically with this. What are people's regrets with you? So this is obviously gonna pertain to the people from the past. Most likely, this is already like a feeling. I will get a lot of messages from either your person, um, or maybe not, I don't know. We'll see about that, but my guesses are that lots of cards will show something about regrets in regards to your like close one or close relationship, past relationship. Though my intention was for you to know the regrets of people in general who maybe treated you badly in the past. Um, and we'll see. We'll see where the reading goes. For this reading, you will have four piles, and of course, the four stones. The first stone is black tourmaline, second stone is angelite, third stone is amethyst, and the fourth stone is tiger's eye. So take your time and pick your pile, check what resonates, change the pile if it doesn't resonate. If you feel like watching multiple, of course, you can do that as well. Hello, pile number one. So we will be starting the reading with the High Priestess card, which I thought would be the most interesting one to read in here. So I want to say that the High Priestess is someone who is not only connected to their spiritual side, intuition, gifts in forms of inner knowing or discernment, but overall this is a person who is very familiar with the realm of, as I said, spirituality, how energy works in general, or if not that, then it will be an element of a very, very good psychology that you must or might know. So you're not that type of person to not know how things work in the relationship with the human mind and how things more or less function in relationships. So you're not a regular person. And I would bet that this pile doesn't accept superficiality in their relationships. So in here, the first card for you was the Wheel of Fortune. I got the feeling that many people tried to interact with you, and either it be that the interaction was very light, was wrong in a way, or in a certain, like the approach that was specifically directed at you was very, very unwise. As a result, it feels to me like you might have closed off from people or from this person or from a restricted like individual group. And these people later realized that they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have recklessly interacted with you. You know, it feels to me like you might be that person to first wait for a response from people, really like check the ground or really find and dig up information about people. And you're very reasonable, I want to say in here, because I saw the merchant card. So this talks about like not only the merchant as someone who's like a business woman or man, but someone who's trying to even out an interaction to make it very agreeable and friendly. And it's more so like you give me that and I give you the same thing. Like the exchange is very like equal, or you try to make the exchange as transparent as possible, you know, between people. Like you're very reasonable. Like the first pile is very, very, very reasonable. And the people got made the mistake of approaching you in a very wrong manner, you know, misjudged in here. And it's as if they were faced with the Five of Pentacles, like you basically cut them off or something along the lines of, you know, you're not worthy of interacting with me if you are beginning the relationship or the interaction with me in a very shallow key or with a very shallow mindset, you know. It's as if you have made the decision to behave in the exactly same way in the exact same energy they have given you, like in the beginning. And you know, the missing point, the actual like regret here of the people is that they basically lost the opportunity to get along with you, to get along in the sense of getting well along, you know, either being on like being friends or maybe being closer, something along the lines of this, you know. So you're not someone who you'd approach with an attitude or with a very light or shallow attitude, and you can very much read people and they couldn't hide things from you. I think as well we're dealing in here, because of the card Assassin reversed and the Scholar, with someone who is not taking relationships superficially. I think I repeated that many times, but still. The Assassin, it's as though people are trying to find ways in which to profit off of you, and this is going to resonate not only with a group of people, but with a close one, like with a past relationship. And it's as if you're testing the ground, you know, how long will I keep that relationship? And along the lines of this, you know, this pile also made me feel like this is going to be about a significant person, and they have lost their chance with you because they showed something that was either inappropriate or very, as I said, not in the energy of how should you really present yourself to me. With the Knight in here of Swords, it's like very rash or either irrational, impulsive, or reckless behavior, which made you like cut these people off of your life. And people's regrets are, you know, we have lost an asset or we have lost a very valuable person. I think this pile made the right decision, by the way. Maybe it's only like possibility that people have to learn how to approach you, people have to learn to befriend you, and to make it so that it is not disrespectful or maybe threatening or maybe like very not how you would like things to go. Because, you know, this High Priestess is dominating the reading, and you know, it gives me a very, you know, the Waker card. I saw in here awareness, and it's being flipped. Like, you might be very selective with people in your life. You might be very picky with your relationships, which is absolutely normal and encouraged in here. The people's regrets would be that, you know, they would try again, where they wished they could try again, getting in a relationship with you. And this is more, this can be as well a situation from like a person, like a lover, because some closed doors right now are in the reading, like in regards to that person, and either moved on or you have given like this person the Five of Pentacles. Like this could be a block, this could be no communication or letting go, and you know, things like that. So I think this, by like chin up, you have got right attitude in here. I think many people miscalculated, and they basically, like, we have to separate, like we have to separate the wheat from the chaff, and it's a situation where this basically happened in this pile, like outlining the important people, the important relationships in my life, and not letting people who are out of my league participate, influence, and steer me away from my cause or from my direction in life. As well, this hinted at something very interesting as a detail, and it gave me a feeling like you're not necessarily like negatively oriented towards people or cutting with people, even if that means like separating or ignoring people. It's all about the quality and not the quantity, you know. And it's not as if you are like a bad person for wanting space or wanting to create space only for the special people or for the people who are going to treat you well and respectfully. No, it's just about like having the necessary time and waiting out to let people in your life that are really like worthy. And I think that's reasonable choice in here. This pile most definitely and most likely will not resonate with let's be friends with everyone, let's be an open book, or let's engage in all types of activities merely because let's quit our comfort zone, or let's be social and be friends with absolutely every single person and be extroverted, even if you are. It's a quality of being selective. I would expect the spell as well to be introverted or to have qualities or inclinations towards towards that. And yeah, that was fun. Like, I wanna say in here, you left people disappointed because they thought they could profit, or they thought that they could just use your presence, your personality, or your abilities, talents, and knowledge or insight, and you basically foresaw that and prevented it. And as a result, people are like, okay, I guess we have missed the point and we have to change the tactic or something along the lines of this. Careful if that's a person from your past, because if you're not wanting them to return, they are probably in a very static mode, but rethinking or overthinking the situation in here. So that was all pile number one in regards to the regrets people have with you or over you. Yeah. I hope it resonated for you. If it did, please like and comment your situation down below. Eagerly reading them, like that's my first thing I do in the morning. Yeah, very excited to know your situations and to, like, so many are so relatable, by the way. Awesome. Um, yeah, meanwhile, I really hope to see you in the future. Check out my old videos as well. Don't forget that. And yeah, see you next time. Bye. Okay, pile number two. Let's see what we have in here. First of all, your stone was angelite. We have in here, okay, the hanged man. I think this pile will very, 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 very much so resonate with the idea of a singular person missing out on you or missing you. Because I saw in here very like singular cards, aces, ace of wands, ace of swords. It's as if in here it's the case of someone quarreling, or have that person has been quarreling with you or trying to find what's wrong, or either criticizing or wronging you in a way, or cutting you off, something along the lines of this. And right now they're in suspension with this hanged man, like you have cut off the access they had to you. And that was a very willful and concentrated and very intense, like emotionally intense action. This is going to be about an ex who, like either an ex or a relationship that is very unclear. Yeah, I think someone in the background with their regrets tries to analyze and basically gain awareness, reflect, and with this Waker card, try to find ways to either make peace or try to, like, in their mind, try to bring you back, okay? Very intense cards, by the way. I think this is the case of someone realizing that they have effed up, but it's kind of too late, or there were too many words said, or the situation has negatively progressed way, way too far for it to be mended. Or there is a very, very strong regret over the resource you have given this person, because I saw in here the muse and the musician, inspiration, gratitude. So it feels to me like the presence of yours in this person's life was a huge, huge bonus, boost of sorts, either it be emotional or material or both. And the runaway card talks to me about a situation where they would like, or they would have wanted to take the resource and not be responsible. It's as if they were having fun and being there for the good times with the six of like pentacles, lots of generosity, lots of lots of positive emotions with the ace of cups. But as well, there was a tipping point where this person was overstaying their welcome. That's the kind of energy where, you can't be with me and behave in such a way where you decided it's over and you have cut this person off, and that action really rendered them very powerless, I want to say, and they only realized when it was gone how much they have lost or how much they had to suffer as a result of this. I want to say this person's overall state of being has worsened as a result of this breakup, and they are unable to move on. That's what I'm sensing in here. They would like to come back, I'm seeing in here with this Ace of Wands, but it's as if the decision lies in your own hands, and this person only has the option to wait with this Four of Swords. That's the feeling I got. Feels to me like a very irresponsible person, or if that's not about the case of responsibility in the... Okay, maybe not committed, or maybe not responsible specifically in regards to their words, actions, behavior towards you, or boundaries in here. It's as if you have opened your heart up for this person, and now they are like um, taking it, but still not taking responsibility for their own behavior. I want to say in here the best option was made when you decided to cut this person off from your life, and this feels to me like they're a very childish person, both childish, but they have defender parts or like fighters parts where they show themselves being very fierce and fighting very fiercely, when the reality is like they're really afraid, vulnerable, and threatened. And as a result of this separation, they had to suffer much more than maybe you did. But I want to say and stress out the point that, this was the right decision, both for them and for you. For you, because of your resources and the energy you give, and you must as well receive. And you cannot deplete yourself. And for them is like a lesson, or to realize that they cannot behave in that way and remain a clean hands type of scenario mentality. It's as if you have managed to somehow make this person accountable by simply cutting them off or interrupting the actual communication with that person, or you giving up on them. Definitely, if you've had memories with that person, they are coming back to these because of the Muse card, and lots of positive emotions linked to memories and nostalgia is coming to the table in here with these cards. Because I saw in here the Six of Swords, this card where, these people travel by boat. And it's like a traveling to the Ace of Cups, where, this card signifies good and positive emotions. They would want to rewind and go back to the feeling good type of times, but obviously not ready to step up and, take responsibility for their behavior. I think this person has to work a lot on themselves, either with therapy or I don't know. The case is open for them, but still, yeah, you deserve better. And even if it means being alone for a period of time, then alone is better than with this person, because it feels to me like it's both tiring, it's eating up your resources, and it's leaving you depleted at the end of the day, which is not fine, which is not nice actually. I think the stance where you have taken the passive role, or you either blocked or you don't no longer communicate with that person, is the best option for you. Or if you have entered an energy saving mode, then that means that was a very good decision. Something about this pile as well, like in regards to many more people, there is an upgrade of sorts with this pile, or a very much like you have transformed, I want to say in here. Despite I don't see the death card in here, I don't care. I feel like you have transformed, or the past or the old version of you is so different from who you are right now that people don't actually quite recognize you, and they at times feel like they have to readjust their behavior because you seem to be a different person, and things that were permitted in the past with you are no longer possible. The regrets are wanting to, like, the regrets that are seeping in are, we want the older version because it was much easier. We want the older version because it was much more convenient and lighter in a way. And maybe you were like, maybe some people try to profit off of you, and somehow this they got away with this in the past, because we have in here the Six of Pentacles. It's as if you don't even realize how people actually in the past really used you, but like maybe you were good-hearted with these people, and maybe you don't realize in this case how valuable you were to these people, or how much value you provided as a resource to these people. Um, yeah, basically, this could be you providing well-being, like emotional well-being with the Ace of Cups, meaning in general with the Waker card and stuff like that. And right now, like, no, I'm closed off. I'm closed off from being profited off. And, awesome decision, I want to say. The cards are proud. That's the message I got. Like, the cards are proud for the changes and the awareness that you brought, and the new version that you have worked on and became as a result, because this is a very, very good and awesome improvement to your overall character. Like, this is a character growth situation in here. So that was all pile number 2. If you enjoyed the reading and it resonated, please like and comment. Subscribe if you're not already, and make sure to check out my old videos as well. Till next time, bye. Okay, pile number 3. The amethyst stone, which is playing chameleon and is blending so well in the background that I barely see it. Okay. This is a very interesting pile, I want to say right off the bat, merely because we have in here the Empress, the High Priestess, Sun, and Tower. Okay. Whew, this is going to be a little bit heavy, but not in the bad way heavy. Okay. This is going to be both people and one specific individual. More so, I feel like this is going to be directed at one individual, like regrets that one person had or has actually in the present moment with you. Okay, I see a very worthy, spiritual, wise beyond their years, not like years physical, but like years, yeah, you got the point. The Empress, the High Priestess, the Sun. Very spiritual cards, especially with this Sun representation of the actual like Egyptian god. This can be the case of someone who maybe works with spiritual stuff, not necessarily tarot, but the High Priestess knows very intricate details from the realm beyond the veil, or either experiences, knowledge, or insights from that, and you're not a very regular person in that regard. You know, it feels to me like with the Fate card, you are a very sound, a very important character in someone's life. Either you are or you were. This person might actually be represented by the King of Swords. Them being an air sign doesn't have to be, of course. But man, this person, I wanna say, oh dear, like you in comparison with them, Seven of Wands, this person, no offense, but they're so out of your league. I cannot even. And I feel like this pile had a very high level of decency and respect, friendliness, and grace, let's say, with that person. But it ran out because that person basically behaved in a very not so right way with you. I feel like this person might have caused you chaos or very ugly or misfortunate situation with this Tower card, where the love you tried to give them did not overweight the trouble or the difficulty they were presenting you with. Okay? I feel like the present moment with this person would be best considered to be like this Queen of Swords, you being very cold, or you have cut them off from your life. Man, this person feels very blunt, and I don't want to say dumb. I don't want to say it in a very disrespectful way towards them, but it's very blunt in the way of seeing things, and it's so blunt that they do not recognize your value or who you are. This is actually a little bit mm, annoying, to say the least, because I feel like there either was a lack of respect or there was some behavior from their part which was very either destructive, very rude, intrusive, and very, very, very inappropriate or out of place specifically with you. And it feels to me like you tried your best, honestly. You tried your best, you tried to be reasonable with that person, but it didn't work because their nature and their level in and of itself prevented that. The regrets this person has. This is funny because I feel like the person right now feels so out of reach. Like they feel out of reach. They feel like the level of comfort and emotional well-being that was free in your presence, it's so out of reach that it's kind of depressing. It's kind of ironical, or it's kind of unfair from their side. They feel like this. Yeah, I feel like some plans were ruined, or some future trajectories with you were ruined because of their behavior, or because you have decided to no longer invest. And this person was thrown out of like heaven. That's the feeling I got. It's as if your presence brought some sort of meaning, consolation, ease, and even like life can be easy with you. Like life can be easy when you're around, but this person was difficult. I want to say that right off the bat. We could be dealing with an individual who is very like egoic, egotistical, stubborn, judgmental, troublemaker, temper issues, tower. This could be like temper out of nowhere, or very aggressive. This could be the case, and yeah, very non-emotional. It could be with the King of Swords, doesn't have to, of course, but I assign sometimes like zodiac signs with that, and it feels to me like this person was not very sensitive, was not very connected to you, and your departure signaled a lot of like loss and chaos, destruction in their life, and optimism. Like the optimism was gone. That's what I'm sensing in here, and it's as if maybe they have left or you have left them without fight necessarily where you would defend your point, or your departure might have been silent or might have been very non-violent, where this person even had the audacity to feel like they were right or to feel like they have won. But that was a very short-lived victory. That's what I'm seeing in here. Yeah, I feel like this person feels lost, and lots of options, opportunities, possibilities were closed off, and they have to, like right now, resort back to living their mediocre life because you have decided to no longer give them the comfort. That's what I'm saying, singing here, and it feels to me like your presence is it's giving me a sort of like a moving atmospheres of sorts, like you bring that luck or well-being, and it's a very very like, I would not be surprised if your aura is very expanded or big, or as if your influence as a presence can be very powerful, or you can be very magnetic, or you can have a very powerful influence both emotionally and energetically with your presence, and that person was unmatched by this, like they were not embodying that energy, because I see lots of very small cards from their side and like playing small as well, cards in here. Something else, like in regards to the people, of course the reading centered around one person, but I think a lot of people misjudged you or missed the actual point of your potential, where they have misjudged you, where they have placed very low expectations of you, and now because of this judgment they would like to either come back or say like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought of you wrongly, or I thought you were this, but you proved to be the opposite, and you were actually even better than my perception. And it's a feeling of like it's too late either way. Very very heavy in the sorts of in the category of importance, and very powerful, or yeah, a very interesting pile actually, like this, lots of cards which signify a strong person, a strong aura type of person, and not what they seem at first, or not what they seem in general as a person, or showing little but hiding a lot, or having like a hiding a whole world or universe inside of you type of energy in here. Yeah, the regrets I feel in here, like people misjudged you big time. The orator like being reversed, it's as if people thought you were going to be very small and insignificant in their own head or storyline, or the narrative they have created for themselves, and it wasn't the case, because I saw the diviner card, like this seed, it divine timing and evaluations, like people missed the point, but it's too late now, and you have moved on basically. Very interesting pile. Yeah, if it did resonate, pile number 3, please make sure to like and comment. Subscribe if you're not already, and make sure to check out my old videos as well. And I really hope to see you in my future videos. Bye! Okay, and we are moving on to the last pile, which is pile number 4. Okay. You chose the tiger's eye. The regrets in here. Okay. Again, we have the high priestess in the reading. I think all the piles got this card. I feel like this as well is going to be about a person from the past, okay? Because lots of cards indicate a singular person in here. We have as well the Empress and the Emperor. This could be someone who is either or can be considered a soulmate, twin flame, whatever. but something happened that they really upset you, or yeah, it feels to me like strongly they behaved in a very irrational or rash or not how they should have done behavior, and they have triggered something inside of you that made them regret it afterwards. I feel like this connection could have been very promising or worth investing, and it's something you don't see every day, honestly, because of the emperor's presence in the reading, and the empresses, and the stability that came with the king of coins. But despite it being like too good to be true, you still listened to your intuition, and the storyteller in reverse, like you could have had this insight or a feeling about the situation that proved itself to be right, or if it hasn't already, it will be in the future, because you are very connected to your intuition in this case. You are seeing things that are not necessarily visible to the untrained eye. And I think we could be dealing in here with a person who's very like either seductive or try to somehow manipulate or employ a tactic against you. And I cannot say you weren't someone who as well had casualties because of the Five of Cups, because it's a card of regret, or you could have been caught in a sort of limerence with that person, and somehow it lifted off. It was lifted off, and you either prevented like a breakup of sorts, or you prevented yourself from feeling even more pain. Yeah, like definitely. It feels to me like you have had or you have like very spiritual like powers. I could be dealing with in here with people who know a thing or two about magic, because I saw in here the enchanter card. Mm, yeah, deception, trickery. Like it feels to me like you are very, very wise, or you can see through lots of things with interactions with people, the storyteller. It's like you're not so easily to believe something, or to believe a storyline, or to buy something like as a narrative, or you see beyond patterns, or you see through things. And it's very rarely when you can't predict something to happen accurately, or it's like you're seeing it coming from miles. And this person, like, they might have actually succeeded in achieving some sort of vulnerability, or they have managed to somehow get away with something, but that was very quickly met with a very fiery reaction in here with this Queen of Wands, where you quickly stood your ground and took back what which was taken from you, and you have managed to get disappointed and move on, or close the door, close the chapter. I'm disappointed, but at least that was an experience which proved itself to be very formative. Ten of Cups in here, like it could be the case of exclusion, that person being no longer chosen by you, or you giving up hope entirely on this person. And yeah, I think there were high hopes either from you or from that person, or from both sides, but somehow the chiromancer, like, you were way too good at predicting things, and unfortunately something happened, something clicked, something actually took place despite your hopes being very much like up, and you wanting to invest and see this relationship grow and prolong itself, like its duration. No, I think you ended up alone in here because you saw something that was coming. You saw something that was very apparent, and either in this pile, people will either prevent it, have already prevented it, or are already seeing what they have to lose. And therefore, you will be able to prevent it from happening. That's a very weird topic for the regrets in here, but maybe it's a sort of prevention in here that is trying to make itself up, like make itself known. And by the way, I forgot, this is the tiger's eye, and I remember reading the description of its abilities, and it's like seeing things before they happen. Don't want to scare you, and I want to say this: trust yourself, don't trust my reading. If you have to take guidance, you have to take it from yourself first, and only take the insights from the reading. But I want to say in here, your intuition is going to be highlighted, it's going to be magnified, and whatever you perceive to be wrong or not quite right, or it's giving me a wrong feeling, please be mindful of that, because it's going to be giving you very valuable advice that will either help you out in the future situations or in the present situation, or it's going to prevent a loss, which is going to be in regards to a person you either consider to be close or someone who you have chosen. Yeah, that's a very interesting and quite strange message, to be honest. But yeah, that's what came up. And it's the Three of Swords being reversed. It's as if you are going to prevent yourself loss. Be skeptical, by the way. If you are if you are dating, if you are dealing with a person who is giving you high hopes, or you are, as I said, in limerence phase, please be very, very mindful and be more skeptical and give this relationship more space for you to see the intricacies, for you to see the details, and to see whether you can truly step up and invest, or whether you should be moving on, because you're not going to be hurt if you're just going to wait a little more and receive and learn and harness the information about this person, about this situation. Okay. mm. In regards to regrets, I want to say in here, this is going to be about family members, the shepherd celebration and family. This can be some people's parents in here rethinking or seeing their behavior, or the way in which they brought you up in a very different perspective, or trying to be more empathetic in the ways in which they have hurt you. Yeah, something about family. This could be as well a reading about Empress, Emperor being mother and father, and them reevaluating their behavior, or trying to bring closure, or trying to bring peace back into the relationship. Like some relatives in here are feeling very regretful about their behavior in the past, or in your childhood, or wanting to bring you back, or wanting to refresh, or to bring the relationship back to a more authentic or peaceful or joyful level. And it's about like revisiting some past wounds or something along the lines of this. Okay, I think pretty much that's all. One more thing I wanted to ask, or to add, let's be more precise with this Knight of Cups. I feel like there are romantic partners from the past which try to either imagine or try to rethink the ways in which they also behaved, and it's like a change of perspective, or wanting to come back. Yeah, but it's not worth it. I feel like these are very light choices, very light energies, like not very worthy, let's say, or not worthy for your attention right now, you know? If you are alone, I feel like this is not about regrets, but whatever. If you are alone, trust yourself. Trust yourself, trust the timing, don't rush, don't let yourself be rushed, and have an attitude of I will try my best to make this relationship bulletproof, or know everything about it before I jump in like head over heels with things, because it's better to be cautious than to be caught off guard in here. And you've got it, like you've got the actual intuition, you've got the insights, you've got the discernment in here, and you're very long-term oriented, which is actually very, very awesome. It's just the tactic in which you go about finding people has to be different if you're seeking someone in here. Like, most likely this is going to be for singles, but as I said, if you are in a relationship, then trust your intuition because it sees way better and it sees way more than the actual rational mind, you know. So let's not transform this reading in everything else aside from this topic. That was all. Pile number 4. If it did resonate with you, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and make sure to check out my old videos as well. And I really hope to see you in the future. Bye.